Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Danielson. I'm here today to tell you about this Herod by Parfums de Marley and give you my thoughts on this. But first, let me spray this on and let it settle down for a minute. And while it's settling down, I'll give you some facts about this and tell you all about it. I'll actually show you the presentation. This bottle is absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous bottle. Extremely heavy bottle. This is like thick, solid glass. I love the color. It's sort of like a charcoal gray almost. Very, very, very heavy bottle. Very, very, very heavy cap. This is the heaviest cap that I have. This is like solid metal. This cap alone must weigh like a pound. I think altogether it seems like it weighs like 3 pounds. But this is Herod Royal Essence by Parfums de Marley. This is an Eau de Parfum. It came out in 2012. The perfumer is Olivier Pichot. I'll give you the notes to this. Cinnamon, pepperwood, incense, Esmanthus, vanilla bourbon, cedar, vetiver, isoe super, cypriol oil, labdanum, and musk. Now, this is a 125 ml, which is 4.2 fluid ounce. Beautiful, 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 beautiful box. Everything is so like elegant about this. But let me tell you what I think about the actual fragrance itself. Yeah. I like this, y'all. The last few months I've really been getting into tobacco fragrances. Tobacco is climbing my list of some of my favorite fragrances, and I've been in search of, I'm really particular about what I order as far as tobacco fragrances. I want to hear everybody's opinions on it before I make up my mind. If I am interested, I'll go ahead and do a blind buy. And I've gotten some really good tobacco fragrances. But let me tell you what I think about this. This scent, the opening, I get tobacco and cinnamon and vanilla. And all these notes, this tobacco and vanilla and cinnamon is so smooth. And I can smell the quality of this right from the first spray. Just the first second into it, I can tell. I was like, I can tell this is like super high quality. And it is beautiful, smooth tobacco, beautiful, creamy vanilla. The cinnamon isn't harsh. I have some fragrances with cinnamon in it, and some of those fragrances just seem harsh and artificial to me, but the cinnamon is also smooth and it's very realistic. I love the opening to this. This is absolutely magnificent. And the combinations are just right. There's not like one note that's over the other. It's all sort of like blended so well. You can smell everything and nothing is overpowering. In the mid, I still get all this. I still get that smooth tobacco and the creamy vanilla and the cinnamon. But the incense comes in and gives it just a little bit of smokiness in a way. And there's something in there that makes it a little bit boozy also. And I get a little bit of fruitiness from it. And in the dry down, I get that cedar and that musk. And it's just, oh man, I love it. I love it. I think this, I haven't smelled all the tobacco fragrances out there for sure. I've only smelled a handful, but my opinion on this is way by far the highest quality tobacco fragrance that I've ever smelled, by far. And it's just so beautiful. The words that I can use to describe this are, this is extremely smooth. This is very sophisticated. I can smell the quality. It's very high class. It's very mature. It's very masculine. It's very luxurious. The feelings that I get from this when I wear this is very comforting. This is a very, very comforting fragrance for me. It's very warm and it's very peaceful with that beautiful tobacco and vanilla and cinnamon and the cedar and the musk and the dry down. And then in the mid you get that incense and sort of a boozy and fruity scent from this. And it's just blended so well. Absolutely beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It's very comforting. As a matter of fact, I wore this last night because I knew I was going to do a review on it today. And I was laying down in bed and I put this on and I just laid back in bed and closed my eyes and was experiencing this. And this was so relaxing to me and so peaceful and comforting. It's just a beautiful, beautiful scent. The performance on this is outstanding. I have heard several people say that they were getting 12 plus hours from this. I'm not getting quite that. I'm getting a good solid hours of longevity, and I'm getting, as far as the projection, I'm getting about between 3 to 4 hours projection on this, which is actually perfect. Sometimes I don't want a fragrance to like be over 10 hours and project to where you could fill up a building. I don't want that. This is a type of scent. It's so comforting and so relaxing and so inviting. I think the way it performs is absolutely perfect. 10 hours is perfect. It radiates several feet, the projection does, but I don't think it projects more than like 4 feet, which is perfect for a scent like this. I actually appreciate the performance on this. Sometimes the performance needs to fit the actual fragrance itself, the notes, and vice versa. They need to like fit each other. You don't want like certain fragrances to fill up a room, just like you don't want certain fragrances to just be a personal scent. This performance matches this fragrance very, very well as far as I'm concerned. Olivier Pichot did a spectacular job on this. The blending is absolutely perfect. Everything is perfect about this. It's just so smooth and so inviting. I haven't really wore this out that much, so I don't know about the compliments and everything. This is sort of, I would consider this more of a personal scent and my personal feelings about this. I want this to be more of a personal scent than to have like, I don't know, this is just a personal scent to me. I want this scent for my enjoyment mainly. As far as the occasions, I always believe you can wear any fragrance anytime you want to, but I consider this more of a special fragrance, I guess, because of the quality of this is just outstanding, and the blending of this is just so outstanding. I would probably be more out to use this in a formal, special occasion, like weddings and special dinners and special get-togethers and stuff like that, because to me this is a very, very special fragrance. Very masculine, also very mature. I would consider this, I wouldn't really consider this a unisex. I would consider this more masculine than unisex, just because of the composition and the blending and the notes and the chords and everything. I would consider this more of a masculine fragrance myself, not unisex. Even though I'm not saying women couldn't or shouldn't wear this, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, I would consider this a very masculine scent and a very mature scent. This makes me feel good. There's a lot of fragrances that just actually make me feel good and put me in a good mood, and this is one of them. It's so relaxing to me, and I have today off, and it's Sunday, and this is a perfect fragrance for where I'm at right now, just relaxing in my room. And this tobacco and vanilla and cinnamon, it's just perfect for today, actually. But it's just a beautiful fragrance, and I love it. There's certain fragrances that I have that I'm in love with, and this happens to be one of them. And I knew from the first spray this was going to be a very, very, very special fragrance, and it turned out that way. And as a matter of fact, the more I wear this, the more I'm in love with it. So, very, very special fragrance. I would actually like to, give me a second. I wasn't actually planning, sorry about that. I wasn't actually planning on doing this, but I just thought about it. There is actually 2 other fragrances that I have that are tobacco fragrances. And even though this Herod by Parfums de Marley is by far the highest quality, superior, most beautiful tobacco fragrance that I have. But I actually just thought about, I wanted to mention 2 other fragrances that I have that are tobacco fragrances, just because this is superior in every way to my 2 other fragrances. Doesn't mean that I consider these other 2 fragrances less. The other tobacco fragrance I have is Insurrection 2 Wild by Rain Tradition, which is a sweet cherry tobacco fragrance, and also Cuba Paris Red, which I've always wanted a raw cured tobacco leaf fragrance, and this is it. And I've always wanted a sweet cherry tobacco fragrance, and that's what this Insurrection Wild is. As a matter of fact, one of my friends on Facebook turned me on to this. Justin White turned me on to this because I was asking questions about tobacco fragrances, and he was like, you should get this. And just because this is superior and higher quality than these 2, just because of that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to wear these. As a matter of fact, there's going to be days where I'm going to pick this over Herod by Parfums de Marley. Some days I would want to wear this more than the $250 fragrance. And there's going to be times like the day before yesterday that I would prefer to wear a raw cured tobacco leaf fragrance more than Herod, which is this. This is $11 for 100 ml, and there's going to be days where I'm going to prefer this over Herod, and there's going to be days that I'm going to prefer wearing this and experiencing this more than Herod, even though the quality is superior to this. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's me, and that's the way I feel and think about things. In a way, this is superior to Herod because it's raw and it smells like a cured tobacco leaf with some spiciness in it. This has things that Herod doesn't have, and this has things that Herod doesn't have. So I hope that makes actual sense. But this is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. I love this. Everything about this is beautiful and perfect. As a matter of fact, my ratings, I've already rated a couple of fragrances 10 out of 10. And as far as tobacco fragrance, I would rate this a 10 out of 10. And as far as an overall general rating, I would rate this a 10 out of 10. But this 10 out of 10 is different than the other 10 out of 10 fragrances. There's categories like that I think about to rate them, and when I was wearing this morning and last night, I wrote down all the great things, all the good things about this, and I was like, okay, I was trying to think of something negative to say about this, something that, could be better with the notes or the fragrance or the accords or the performance, and I could not think of one thing at all to say negative about this. Everything about this fragrance is beautiful. It really is. I can't think of anything negative to say about this. Everything is top quality and blended so well and so smooth, and so everything is perfect about this. So this is, I think I already have rated 3 other fragrances 10 out of 10, but for different reasons, and I would have to give this a 10 out of 10 too. It's just too perfect to rate this any lower. I mean, it's just absolutely perfect. Actually, I can think of one thing. The price on this is very steep. I think on Parfums de Marley website, I think it's $295. You can get them on discount sites now, which I'll put a link in the description. I found one a few minutes ago for FragranceNet through Google Express, I think it's called. They have this 4.2 ounce for $170, which is much, much better. It's still steep, don't get me wrong, but it's much better at $170 than it is at almost $300. So if you're interested, I'll put the link in the description on where you can check it out. Maybe you can get samples on Lucky Scents or something like that. But yeah, I don't take anything away from Coupe Paris Red, my $11 100 ml fragrance, and I'm not about to take anything away from this one either, because both of these are absolutely beautiful fragrances in their own way. But anyway, that's it for my review. Yeah, I'm in love with this beautiful fragrance. But anyway, that's it for my review, and I hope you got something from it, and I will talk to y'all later, and I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope everybody's happy out there. But anyway, I'll put the link in the description on where you can get this and everything. So, all right, love you guys. Bye.